My name's Coleman. I was class of 2010. I was a biology major, and I really like everything to do with the ocean, especially kite surfing. I pretty much do it every day. Some days it's not windy and I'll do something else, but around here, the wind blows all the time. It was invented in the mid 90s. The early 2000s kind of became commercially available. Now it's kind of coming into its own. Most of the equipment that I use, I build myself. The kites are designed by my friend Tony Lagosche, and everything else, my boards and harnesses, I make on my own. I think I'm proud of just that I figured out a way to do that, to spend so much time playing and call it a job. And also the gear that I make kind of push the sport forward a little bit. Proud of that. When I was 13, my dad said that he read in the newspaper that there was some sort of kite surfing competition at Crissy Field in San Francisco Bay. And so he drove me there, and I remember we walked out. The first thing I saw was someone who just launched from the top of Crissy Field, and they're in the air, and they didn't come down until they were almost past the yacht club, which is several hundred yards downwind. The announcer was like, 13-year-old Jesse Richmond sets a new world record, and this kid just totally launched and crushed this competition. He was also 13. Seeing someone who was my age accomplish something like that has got me inspired. I think I've probably been doing it about 10 years now, but when I was at Stanford, I didn't really have time to do it very often, so it's been about 6 years since I was out. And the feeling that I love about it is just a really free feeling. It kind of feels like you're flying. The technical aspect of all the gear working really well and riding things you make is just really satisfying. And then it also just takes you to amazing places. The other day I was riding, and all of a sudden right in front of me a giant gray whale just breached and almost smushed me. And, it's like, how often are you out in the ocean by yourself riding with breaching whales or some sharks or just giant pods of dolphins, or it's all kinds of special stuff. It just makes you feel really alive. Describe it as fast, fun, and trill. Actually, I'm not. No one uses trill anymore. Kiters are really friendly to each other. I grew up surfing, and surfers are jerks to each other. I think it's because it comes from scarcity. In surfing, there's always more surfers than waves, and so there's competition. But with kiting, because it's so easy to catch waves and everyone can catch different parts of the wave, more spread out, everyone's just kind of excited to be out with their friends having fun. And it kind of feels the way that I imagine surfing felt in the 40s, before it sort of became this big commercial thing and when it was a little bit more pure. I don't know what my future holds. I'm still enjoying this a lot, and I think I'll always kite. Currently, I make gear professionally, and I'm not sure how long I'm going to do that, just because there's a big gap between being financially involved with the sport and just enjoying the sport for its own sake.